All right, cool. Hey guys, Scott Bailey, owner of the Iron Rack, here with my partner Davis Brubaker. Today we are going to be hitting upper body push. So we're going to hit heavy chest. We're going to do some some normal dumbbell chest press. We're going to do some barbell incline chest press. We're going to do some dumbbell shoulder press. Then we are going to throw some triceps in there. We're going to do some body weight dips on the tricep machine, and we are also going to finish that up with some tricep pull downs with the rope attachment. Every workout that I do, I throw a little bit of legs in there too. So we're actually going to start with leg extensions. On my leg day, I do heavy compound leg movement, so I don't do really any isolated moves. So I like to throw a set of leg extensions in there at the beginning of this workout. So for y'all that know me here in the gym, y'all know that I do compete at the amateur level. I'm taking all of 2025 off to build and grow. The goal is to put about 10 to 15 pounds of muscle on throughout 2025. When I step on stage in 2026, I'm a classic physique competitor. I want to be at the higher end of my weight class, which should be about 217. So that's the goal over the next year. So right now I'm hitting it. I'm eating hard, heavy compound movements. I'm working out 4 times a week. So that way the other 3 days, my body's getting good recovery and we're able to keep growing throughout the process. So other than that, Davis, are you ready to rock, man?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's hit it, buddy. In between the shin pad, gives us a little bit of extra depth when we're coming back. It'll keep the weight stack from bottoming out and allow us to get more stretch on the quads, okay? So I'm all about having a good tempo. Get that tempo right, because that's really where we want to be for building muscle. Not working on power, not necessarily working on strength right now. In order for us to get that good hypertrophy that we want, good tempo, really slow on the eccentric part when we're coming back into the stretch. I like to explode out on the concentric, more like on the concentric 1, 2, and then on the eccentric part coming back down to that stretch, more about a 3 to 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, bam. 1, 2, 3, 4, bam. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm more worried today about Davis and I focusing on, we're gonna push some decent weight, or at least what's decent for me. Other people may see it and be like, oh, that dude's a wuss. And that's fine, I don't care. I'm all about the tempo, slow control, utilizing good form to making sure that we're developing good muscle and preventing any injuries that come, or preventing any injuries from occurring. So I like to train using the reps in reserve method. Some people like to do RPE, rate of perceived exertion. So for those of y'all who don't know, reps in reserve is how many reps until your failure. So if you're going to a 0 RIR, that means you're going to go all the way till failure. If you're doing a 2 RIR, which is about where we're at right now, 3 to 2, that's what I'm shooting for, then it's, are you 3 to 2 reps away from complete failure? So I like RIR. To me, it's better or easier to physically measure than perceived rate of exertion, which could be open to interpretation just based on the person. When you're going to failure or as close to failure as you can, you know when you're at fucking failure because you're not going anymore. And if you got, in my opinion, enough juice in the tank to get that last rep up to rack it, then you didn't go to failure. You still had more in the tank. So we're gonna use the RIR method today while we're going.
Brighter days is on the other side of pain. Can't be the same if you wanna see some change. Iced out chains got you acting kinda strange. Mine got corroded by the fortune and the fame. Ego so bloated, got your head on the range by the followers and looks. Movers in the crooks, beat down low. You need a ram in the bush. Can't debate, you took the bait. A fish in a hook. Made a friend of an enemy, you mistook. Growing up is knowing everybody ain't solid. Or somebody that everybody ends up with nobody. Lose if you won't, lose if you will. This will be my final degree.
All right, so we got dumbbell chest press first, then we'll move into incline barbell. When I first get started, for the first couple moves, I'll do a warm up. I won't continue a warm up all the way through the workout. It just really depends on what muscle group I'm working. So I'll do a warm up here since it's the first chest move. I do about 70% of whatever my working load's gonna be. Today we're gonna work with the 110s on the dumbbells for the chest press. So my working load, or sorry, my warm up's gonna be the 80s. And I don't wanna get too fatigued on it. So depending on how I feel when I bring them back, I'm gonna do anywhere from 10 to 15 reps for my warm up. Now, just like I did training with Meg and everybody else I work with that uses a MyZone heart monitor, my rest periods are going based on the intensity of the workout. So we got gray, blue, green, yellow, red. This workout, honestly, for the most part, should keep us high green to high yellow, maybe hit a little bit of red here and there. So I'm at 84% intensity. I'm gonna let that drop to 75, which will keep me in the green, and I'm gonna fucking hit it. Progression is not only adding the reps and the weight, but I'm also adding sets over time. So like week one, when I'm trying to figure out what my baseline is gonna be to start, it's a little bit lighter of a week. It's typically a warm up on everything, so that way I can play around with it and see what my working loads are gonna be. And then I'll do 3 working sets. And then as the weeks progress and I start increasing reps, load, all of that, then I will gradually add an extra set throughout all the different exercises. And then by the time I finish a program up, I'm probably doing 5 working sets on all of the moves that I'm doing. So that's just another part of progression that people can implement into their program. So if you're like set on, I talk to a lot of people, like, what do you do? Oh, 3 sets of 12. Okay, cool. Why do you only do 3 sets of 12? It's what I was taught. So there's other ways that you can make your shit harder that doesn't include adding more weight necessarily. Progressive overload can be extra sets, more reps, and more weight, combination of all of them. So that's what I do throughout my phases and for the clients that train with me. So, all right, here we go, Davis.
Uh-oh.
Enough talk. Fuck you.
In your eye, I'm the star that got you struck. Lights out, I had to learn to live in the dark. Water pressure real high, had to swim with the sharks. Keep the keys in my hand, don't forget where I park. Just as long as I finish, it don't matter how I start. Fuel in my possession, all I needed was a spark. Screaming real loud, thought I walked through a parade. Back up low, homie, don't you dare skirt my J's. Mask on RP like GTA charade. Love me in my face, review is hated raid. Ear to the ground, blow up like Pompeii. Want the game with no work and still throw shade. We threw the whole tree, she still don't want the fade. No care about an app when I'm out here getting paid. Well.
You'll see when I start, obviously you'll see when I start to fatigue out. Even if I'm still like barely moving that fucker, but I got enough in me to still get those 12. just wait, and on the last one, then help me get that last one back up. Okay.
Sure.
If I run out of juice before that, I'll say last one. So as soon as I say last one, just know that you're going to come down and help me bring it back up, okay? So I like to, and I don't think it's just me, I think this is everybody, but on my incline, I like to do a wider grip. I see a lot of people when they come down, they hit like, they still try to go like nipple line or like right above it like you would on flat bench. I like to bring the bar more like right across my collarbone and really stretch the pec out at those insertion points across my collarbone, like right in here. So that's when I'm doing incline, I go a little bit wider on my grip. I'm here and I'm dropping it down right across the top and pushing straight back up. So I'm probably also only gonna go for about 3/4 of the way up, because the majority of the work is from here to here. And you're gonna get a little bit more work right here, but I'm gonna try to keep a little bit of juice in the tank, maintain a contraction all the way through by holding it steady right there as I go. So, fuck. I'm gonna try to keep my back as flat against the back piece as I can without allowing too much arch. So that way I'm really activating my chest throughout the move and working on growing that upper chest. Chest and back, that's one of my big focuses this off season, getting a bigger chest and growing my back. I think I got a lot of detail in my back, but it definitely needs to be wider. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, we're up. Cool.
1, 4, 5, come on, 6, 7, 8, 9, come on, 10, 11, 12.
Come on, you're supposed to help me on 12.
Man, you look like you had enough to get it all the way up there.
Thank you. All right, what do you want to roll with on your first one, bud?
I have no clue.
Want to start with the 45s and see how they feel?
Sure.
Okay.
Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, then hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bets. Cause we know where we at, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. I'm taking off like a rocket here and stopping here. It's strange how they cannot see the future, but see profit here. Wait up, we gon' always win. Promise that that's not a promise, yeah, that is a threat. You know that I promise to bring the team commas. When the whole team win, that's when you flex. Win, and I'ma do it again.
So, I don't know, dude. This could be contradictory as far as why you would do incline and then switch it over to do DB shoulder press. Because when you think about it, I mean, they kind of do the same thing. When you're working the decline, yeah, you're working your upper chest, but you're also activating your anterior delts. But what I like about the dumbbells on the shoulder press is I know I'm hitting my anterior delt, but it's also going to activate a little bit of all the other muscles. And when I'm doing my press, I'm going to keep my back as tight as I can against the back piece, just like I was talking about on the inclines. I'm going to bring it down, really stretch to the side right here, try to stay uniform on both sides. When I come up, I'm only going to go about 3/4 of the way up, and I'm going to give a quick pause at the top, slowly back down, pause, pause, pause. So I'm really hitting the stretch on the pause, holding the contraction for the pause, working that eccentric and concentric movement, timing it out, again, tempo, as we've been talking about, and just really challenging myself to hit that rep range. And I don't think that I go really that heavy at all. So I'm on 65-pound DBs right now. I hit 55 reps last week. So just like everything else, the goal is to get 1 or 2 more higher than that. And we're only gonna do 4 sets, no warm up, because everything's already fucking activated from all of the other things that we've done today. So when we do the lateral raise, I probably will do a warm up on there, just since we're doing more of a middle shoulder isolated move to get that warmed up slightly. But anyway, I'm rambling on now. We'll be.
I can't take no loss. My team hold no L's, no. Aiming for the top, can't make it by myself. I ain't taking no loss. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. We already know that we the coldest. Watch me heat it up, let me focus. I'm going toe to toe with foes. I know they notice. I kick in doors, they only hope for closing. Right? Cause they know I go again. And when they in a drought, I'm the one that can make it flow again. Talk to me nice, my team, they ready to go again. Running into us, we'll gladly send you home again. We don't talk, better know the grind, gon' match my walk. I'm a cheat code, I don't take no loss. Making no sense, run up the scope, cause all I do is
Got caught in the mouth, feel like I want to throw up, feel great. So we're gonna do some dumbbell lateral raises. The way that I coach the people that I work with, and the way that I do mine as well, is, I don't know, I might get some grief for this. If I do, I don't really give a shit. See a lot of people, you know, taking them all the way up. I like to use my elbow as like the momentum arm. And so I keep them lined up right here. And as I come out, I try to stay as relaxed as I possibly can in the traps. Staying 100% trap out of it, you're probably just not gonna be able to do that because it's all part of the shoulder girdle. It's all gonna fucking work together. But I try to stay as relaxed as I possibly can, let my arms hang. When I hold my dumbbells, no matter what weight I'm using, I intentionally hold them like this. And I try to put my pinkies against the outside portion of the dumbbell. And when I come up, I lead with my elbows and I rotate out as I come up. And then when I come back down, I bring that bottom part of the DB, kind of tap the top part of my quad with it, and then back out and up. So I'm a firm believer in leading with my elbows, keeping the dumbbell below my elbows altogether, and really driving out. And as you're rotating up with the wrist, I feel that it really activates that middle delt. And I've gotten the most progress over the last 1.5 years since I've been doing it that way, with growing my shoulders overall. So. Taking no loss, I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. I ain't taking no loss. Look, I'ma always win. I'm winning again and it's all on repeat. I'ma just sit at the top 'cause I'm running it, dog. On me, I don't know defeat. Had to get back on the phone. We're gonna start with body weight tricep dips. I like it because it's still a big, good compound movement. That's not gonna just work our triceps. That's gonna work our shoulders and our chest as well. So I wanna do that before we do our rope pull downs and do an isolated move to where we are just focusing mainly on the tricep. All right, tricep extensions with the rope. We're gonna go long rope. No warm up, straight into it. 5 working sets to finish. So, Davis, what I want is I want you to be right up on the cable, okay? I want you guiding that cable straight down, pulling and twisting your elbows out, really squeezing that tricep. Guide it straight back up. Get the full stretch back in there. So bring it all the way up. Squeeze, rotate the elbows out. Bring it back in, full stretch. Squeeze, rotate the elbows out, okay? Again, make sure you're guiding that line. You're pretty much right on it. Really activating that tricep.
All right.
All the way through. Maintaining the tension on it with the cable.
Watch me win, then watch me do it again. I can't take no loss.